Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Weagle on Your Overwatch, back with a new video. Today, I want to talk about how playing unorthodox, or what some people would say is playing badly, can actually be a good thing within Overwatch. Now this stems from something someone said to me on my live stream, where I was solo queuing and my teammates wouldn't do any kind of orthodox play. We're on mad flanks with Bastion or Roadhog and generally just not cooperating with me, and I was trying to get people to come to the choke point and play a standard playstyle. We lost the game horrifically, and someone said to me, Weagle, you should try to play badly with them, because at least then you're fighting as a team. I then went on to do that in multiple different games, and I had more success than not. If your Roadhog wants to go on a mad flank, you could just pick Reinhardt and go with him. Roadhog trying to flank and tank on his own is not going to work, but if you put up a big shield in front of him, even out of position, and your team's with you, you're way more likely to win the fight, especially in solo BQ, because the chances are the enemy team aren't all together either. Sometimes playing wrong with people that you don't know is better than playing right on your own whilst they go on a mad flank, and that's definitely something that I think is an interesting concept. But it doesn't just happen to be about strategy either, it's also about hero picks. Sometimes some hero picks can seem terrible. Maybe your teammates have taken 4 DPS, so you go double healer, but you've got 2 flankers. You're actually probably better off just going solo healer in order to get yourself some bubbles with Zarya, shield your Genji and your Tracer that are going in, and then try to play as a team. If you also just go healer, you've got no tanks at all, it can be really, really rough. Now, of course, some games aren't salvageable, but I recently did a video on Lucio, and sometimes what happens in solo queue is you'll have 2 healers that aren't Lucio and you can't get past the choke point. Sometimes if you just pick Lucio to get your team through it, it might work, even though it seems unorthodox to the people that you're playing with. Just running in through the team can work. And on the other hand, sometimes you're trying to speed someone through the choke with Lucio, which is the right thing to do, but your team won't communicate. If you also play slow, pick Zen instead or Ana, and just do a bit of chip damage, heal where you can win them poke battles too. Now, the next concept I want to talk about is actually some live gameplay, and this isn't solo queue, this is at a higher level in 6 stack. This is around Master 6 stack and Diamond, and we're playing a game on Eichenwald where the enemy team aren't playing well enough together, they're not sticking together, and we are playing wrong. We're choking up on their spawn. They have huge advantage. If they wipe us here, they pretty much get free car all the way to the castle. They get a massive advantage on their spawn, but we are punishing them in a play style that isn't orthodox. So we can just choke them on the point, run in and kill them. That's what we do repeatedly for 3 or 4 minutes. They eventually do get some kills, and as I say, they have the spawn advantage, but we've got so much free time where it shouldn't have been allocated. Now, unorthodox plays like this happen at the pro level too. There's a massive misconception in the community that you should always play 2-2-2. So you got 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS, but Misfits, who are dominating, are also playing 3 DPS, and there's some pro teams that also pick Torbjorn or Bastion. Going on a mad flank as Bastion is unorthodox, but it can work. It just depends on the context of the game you're playing in. There's different contexts depending on if you do solo queue or duo queue. Maybe you and your friend just play badly with your team, you pick healer and tank, but if you pick healer and tank and expect them to stay with you, it's not going to work. But if you go with them and play the game wrong on a mad flank, that can actually work more often than not regrouping, because no one's listening or communicating. Now, as I say before, some things are unwinnable, but it's definitely an interesting concept. And from personal experience, it does work too. Now, I think it's important to add a disclaimer. I'm not saying that every game you jump into you should go quad DPS, because it can work, because some pros teams do it sometime, and I think a lot of things get broken up and miscommunicated throughout the community because they hear of these things that do happen. This isn't something that will always work. You can't always just play wrong and go on a mad flank and win the game, but sometimes just helping your team do the wrong play will be the things to get you the victory. Playing triple DPS may not work, but playing quad tank could. But if you're playing quad tank but you can't get through the choke point, then yes, that comp isn't right or isn't orthodox as well, but if you just pick Lucio and speed them through as quad tank, the chances are you win as a team, rather than just trying to sit there and poke with 4 tanks that don't really do all that much damage. So there's a lot of different angles, and it's an interesting concept. I'd like to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Have you had any games like this, any solo queue games where you just thought, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to pick this hero, go with a teammate, and just see what happens. And it actually worked out, because I promise you, it works out more often than you think it would. In some games that you think are unwinnable, it can work. The last example I'll talk about is playing King of the Hill. Sometimes you'll start King of the Hill, and the first game, your comp's all over the place. You've got Roadhog Zari, you've got no proper main tank, no big shield to get behind for Reinhardt, but you're not really diving either, and it's all just a mess. Sometimes, again, picking Reinhardt in the next round and staying with them people that have been soaking up all this damage and feeding enemy ults the whole time. If you then deny the enemy team the ability to do that by just staying with your team, even if you have no speed boost and nothing makes sense and you've got 5 tanks, if you're playing together in that environment, it's much more healthy for the game and you're way more likely to win. So, Unorthodox is the way forward. Let me know what you think. Be sure to check out our Discord, where we've now got over 4,000 concurrent users, which is crazy. You can find people to group up with, play with, whether you want a 6-stack, duo queue, triple queue. There's all kinds of regions and things too. Be sure to follow our Twitter, where you can get updates on video streams, funny stuff. And be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.